Hello, esteemed gentlemen. Not all those who wander are lost, and not all who are quiet seek your approval. Sigma males are the wild cards in a world obsessed with validation. Men who play by their own rules and couldn't care less if you notice. Unlike the pick-me crowd who scramble for attention and approval, Sigma males operate in a league of their own, where independence trumps popularity and authenticity isn't negotiable. They don't beg to be seen, heard, or acknowledged. They live on the fringes, free from the need to perform for anyone. This isn't about arrogance. It's about a profound indifference to the games everyone else is playing. Dive in, and you'll see why these lone wolves are the least interested in winning a popularity contest. Number 1. No need for validation. Sigma males couldn't care less about validation, and that's what makes them stand out. While everyone else is scrambling to be liked, noticed, or validated, they're off doing their own thing, perfectly fine with being the last to know about the latest trend. Their worth doesn't hinge on applause or anyone's stamp of approval. They don't need likes, followers, or a crowd chanting their name to feel significant. To them, validation is just noise, like background music that doesn't affect their dance moves. They're not here for a standing ovation. They're here for the quiet satisfaction of knowing they don't owe anyone a performance. What makes Sigma males even more intriguing is their complete detachment from the need to explain themselves. They don't justify, over-explain, or ask for permission to be who they are. If you get it, you get it. If not, they're not losing sleep over it. Their life is not a reality show audition, and they're not fishing for compliments. They're like that unbothered guy at a party who's perfectly fine, sipping his drink in the corner, fully content without being the center of attention. This level of self-containment makes people curious and sometimes even envious, because how do you compete with someone who's not even trying? While others are chasing validation like it's a prize to be won, Sigma males are too busy building their own little empires, unbothered and uninterested in the approval of the masses. They don't need you to tell them they're doing great. They already know. The world can either catch up or keep talking. Either way, it's not changing their pace. That's the allure of the Sigma male. Self-assured, unfazed, and living proof that the real flex is not needing anyone's validation at all. Number 2. Confidence is their default setting. Sigma males walk around with a level of confidence that's not loud or flashy, but impossible to ignore. It's not the in-your-face bravado you see from the guy who needs everyone to know he's in the room. It's a calm, collected assurance that says, I know who I am, and I don't need to prove it. This isn't the kind of confidence that needs a spotlight or a standing ovation. It's the quiet power of a man who's comfortable in his own skin, who doesn't need to shout his achievements from the rooftops to feel valid. There's no pick-me energy, because they're not auditioning for anyone's approval. Sigma males don't walk into a room wondering how to be liked. They're already good with themselves. Their vibe is more, I'm here because I want to be, not because I need you to notice. This self-assuredness is magnetic because it's so rare. Everyone's trying to be seen, but Sigmas have mastered the art of being content whether anyone's watching or not. They don't do the chest-thumping, look-at-me antics because they have nothing to prove. Confidence is just their default mode, like a setting they never have to adjust. It's not a performance, it's just who they are. While others are busy trying to talk a big game, Sigma males are winning quietly and effortlessly. They move through life with the kind of swagger that comes from knowing their worth doesn't fluctuate based on who's clapping. That's the power of a Sigma male. Confidently under the radar, effortlessly cool, and completely uninterested in being anyone's trophy. Number 3. Actions over words. Sigma males don't do the whole talking for the sake of talking thing. They're not here to impress with empty words or loud declarations about how great they are. They let their actions speak and make all the noise, quietly of course. They're the kind of guys who show up, get the job done, and disappear without making a big fuss. They're not interested in telling you what they're about. They'd rather show it through what they do. And while others are busy crafting their highlight reels, Sigmas are out there making real moves that don't need a commentary. It's like watching a master at work. No unnecessary talking, no fluff, just straight to business. Sigma males aren't wasting time with long-winded explanations or seeking validation through constant self-promotion. They're more about the watch and learn approach, where their actions quietly do all the heavy lifting. It's refreshing because it's not about seeking applause or approval. It's about genuine results. They don't announce every little win like a play-by-play sportscaster. They just keep moving, staying consistent, and letting their work build a reputation that words never could. And that's what sets them apart. When a Sigma male walks in, there's no need for him to broadcast his every thought or accomplishment. There's no need for hype. He just is. It's this silent, unspoken confidence that says, "You'll see what I'm about soon enough." It's not arrogance. It's just knowing that actions speak louder than any monologue ever could. So while others are busy talking the talk, Sigmas are walking the walk, quietly, confidently, and with zero need to shout about it. Number 4, zero interest in people-pleasing. Sigma males don't have time for people-pleasing. They're allergic to it. They're not bending over backward to keep everyone happy, and they're definitely not losing sleep over someone else's opinion. If you're looking for a guy who will tiptoe around your feelings, nod along just to keep the peace, or agree with you just to be liked, you've got the wrong one. Sigmas don't play that game. They say what they mean and mean what they say, and they don't water it down to make it more palatable. These guys have mastered the art of not giving a damn about fitting in or smoothing over rough edges. They don't sugarcoat their words or dumb down their opinions just to avoid ruffling feathers. If something doesn't sit right with them, you'll know. And if they don't agree, they're not going to fake it just to keep the conversation comfortable. They're direct, honest, and most importantly, real. No fake smiles, no polite lies. What you see is what you get, whether you like it or not. This isn't about being rude or intentionally abrasive. It's about prioritizing authenticity over approval. Sigma males aren't interested in playing nice just to win a popularity contest. They'd rather keep their integrity intact than be everyone's favorite yes man. That's what makes them so refreshing and a little intimidating. They're not chasing likes or trying to win friends by saying what people want to hear. They simply refuse to compromise who they are for anyone else's comfort. You either respect that or you don't. But either way, they're good. Number 5, no performative masculinity. Sigma males couldn't care less about performative masculinity. They're not out here trying to play the role of the alpha tough guy or flexing in ways that scream, "Look how manly I am." The whole charade of puffing out their chest, putting on a show of bravado, or being the loudest in the room just isn't their style. They're not interested in proving their worth through shallow displays of dominance or trying to be the biggest fish in the pond. In a world full of wannabe alphas who think loud equals strong, Sigmas are the quiet storm. The guys who don't need to prove they're tough because they already know they are. They don't jump through hoops to fit into some outdated mold of what masculinity should look like. No overcompensating, no trying to out-macho the next guy, and definitely no desperate need to assert themselves at every turn. Sigmas are comfortable in their own skin, and they define manhood on their own terms, not based on society's checklist. They don't see masculinity as something to be performed. It's just who they are, naturally and unapologetically. Their strength is subtle but undeniable, and it's what sets them apart from the crowd. They've got nothing to prove and no one to impress, and that's exactly why they stand out. While others are busy overdoing it, Sigmas are just doing them. No theatrics, no empty gestures, just authentic, low-key confidence that doesn't need to shout to be felt. It's not about playing the part. It's about being real. And for Sigma males, that's the only way to be. Number 6, no desire for empty praise. Sigma males are masters at staying in their lane, and it's not because they're antisocial or stuck up. It's because they simply don't have the patience for unnecessary drama. They're the guys who figured out early on that most of what people stress over isn't worth a second thought. They don't meddle in other people's business, don't get sucked into petty rivalries, and definitely don't waste time on he said, she said nonsense. They keep it cool, keep it calm, and most importantly, keep it moving. While everyone else is busy making mountains out of molehills, Sigmas are sitting back, sipping their metaphorical tea and wondering why everyone is so worked up. They don't dive headfirst into conflicts that don't concern them, and they're not about to jump into a debate just to prove a point. Their mindset is simple. If it's not affecting their peace or their purpose, it's just noise. This selective engagement keeps their lives drama-free and their minds clear. The beauty of it is that Sigma males have an almost Zen-like ability to let things slide. They don't hold grudges or keep score because, frankly, they're too busy doing their own thing to bother. They know how to let people be who they are without feeling the need to fix, confront, or control, and that's what keeps their circles tight and their energy unbothered. When you're a Sigma, you don't need the chaos to feel alive. You're already thriving in your own lane, far away from the nonsense. Number 7, freedom from societal expectations. Sigma males are the ultimate no-nonsense type when it comes to relationships. They don't chase people, and they definitely don't play the pick-me game. Whether it's friendships, business connections, or romance, they're never the ones desperately trying to fit into someone else's world. They believe in organic connections. If it clicks, it clicks. If it doesn't, they're out. No hard feelings and no second thoughts. For them, relationships aren't about filling up their social calendar or collecting people like trading cards. It's about genuine bonds that add real value to their lives. What sets Sigma males apart is their almost surgical precision in cutting off anything that feels forced or fake. They don't waste time on dead-end connections or people who don't vibe with their energy. You won't catch a Sigma bending over backward just to be liked. If the connection isn't real, they're gone faster than you can say, red flag. They've got a sixth sense for spotting inauthenticity and a low tolerance for anything that even remotely smells like manipulation or drama. They'd rather be alone than surrounded by people who don't genuinely get them. They know their worth and don't compromise it for the sake of companionship. Sigma males aren't about quantity, they're all about quality. They're perfectly fine with a tight-knit group of real ones over a crowd of superficial acquaintances. So while everyone else is busy chasing clout or collecting flaky connections, Sigmas are living proof that the best relationships are the ones that don't require a chase. They know that what's meant for them will stick around effortlessly, no begging or convincing needed. Number 8. Independent thinkers. Sigma males are experts at playing the long game, and they don't do shortcuts. They understand that anything worth having takes time, patience, and a ridiculous amount of perseverance. While everyone else is looking for the quickest route to success or scrambling to make things happen overnight, Sigmas are quietly putting in the work, day in and day out. They don't need the instant gratification of quick wins because they know the real prize is in the grind. For them, it's not about how fast you get there. It's about how solid you are when you finally arrive. They're the guys who don't get discouraged by setbacks or sidetracked by the shiny distractions along the way. Instead of rushing toward the finish line with reckless abandon, they're meticulously laying each brick of their foundation. Every failure, every delay, every time life throws them a curveball, it's all just part of the process. They've got their eye on the bigger picture and the patience to see it through, no matter how long it takes. What makes Sigma males so different is that they don't just survive the waiting game, they thrive in it. They're comfortable in the slow grind, knowing that every bit of effort they put in now will pay off tenfold later. They've mastered the art of strategic patience, quietly building their empire while everyone else is busy making noise. And when they finally make their move, it's not some flash-in-the-pan moment. It's a calculated, unstoppable momentum that's been brewing beneath the surface all along. The world might not see it coming, but trust that the Sigma has been planning it the whole time, one deliberate step at a time. Number 9. Selective with their energy. Sigma males are notoriously elusive when it comes to sharing their emotions. And it's not because they're emotionless robots. It's because they've mastered the art of emotional self-preservation. They don't lay their feelings out on the table like a buffet for everyone to sample. Instead, they keep their emotional cards close to their chest, revealing just enough to get by, but never so much that it leaves them vulnerable. It's not that they're incapable of deep feelings. It's more that they've learned the hard way that oversharing can lead to complications. In a world where everyone seems eager to spill their guts at the drop of a hat, Sigma males take a different approach. They've figured out that while it's great to be understood, it's even better to be cautious about who gets the full scoop. They know that not everyone deserves access to their inner world and that sometimes it's safer to keep some things just for themselves. This doesn't mean they're closed off or untrustworthy. It just means they're selectively transparent. They give you a peek into their world, but they keep the core of their emotions guarded like a high-security vault. This emotional discretion isn't about playing games or being mysterious for the sake of it. It's about ensuring that their emotional well-being isn't compromised by others who might not fully appreciate or respect their vulnerability. Sigma males understand that their emotional landscape is their own to navigate, and they're careful about who they let into that space. So, while others might be quick to share every emotional detail, Sigmas are the ones who quietly ensure that their emotional health remains intact. They've got their emotional armor on, and it's not just for show. It's their way of maintaining control and staying one step ahead in a world that's often too eager to dig into what's private. Thanks for tuning in, gentlemen. Please don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Bye.